We were on the process of eutrophication. We saw that how the chemicals and the nutrients which enter into the water bodies through domestic sewage, industrial effluents and fertilizers, they deplete the oxygen which is there in the water bodies, and thus this process takes place, eutrophication. Now under normal conditions, algae and phytoplankton use carbon dioxide, inorganic nitrogen and phosphate from the water as food. So what happens, these phytoplankton and algae, they use all these in the water, from the water, as food. Now they serve as food for microscopic animals, that is the zooplankton. These are very microscopic animals. Small fish feed on these zooplanktons and large fish in turn consume these small fish. So this is how the animals in the water bodies survive. They feed on each other. Now when nutrients become abundant due to waste accumulation, the growth of phytoplankton and algae increase. So if nutrients increase, then phytoplankton and algae, these organisms also increase. They reduce the penetration of oxygen, light and heat into the water bodies. So when these organisms increase, they reduce the penetration of oxygen. So oxygen does not enter, light also does not enter, and heat also does not penetrate easily into the water body. As a result, the aquatic plants are unable to carry out photosynthesis, reducing the oxygen content of water. So because of this, the aquatic plants are not able to carry out photosynthesis, and thus when they are not able to carry out photosynthesis, they are not able to give out oxygen also. This causes death of most of the aquatic organisms, draining water of all its oxygen. Now this leads to the death of many organisms because there is a loss or depletion of oxygen in the water. Now we have seen what happens when waste is accumulated, how it affects the environment and the biosphere. Now we will talk about waste accumulation and global problems. It is not that only one country or one place is facing this problem, but there are problems worldwide. And let's see what are the global problems that are being faced. The first major problem with waste is that it remains in the environment only. The waste is generated, we are only moving it from one place to another. When we are burning it, it is entering into the atmosphere through in the place of smoke. So we are not able to get rid of this completely. So nature has recycled waste materials for millions of years. However, human population has increased so rapidly during the last century that environment is now threatened by our activities and the waste they produce. Now nature is playing its part, but over the years the population has increased so much that the environment is threatened because of the human activities and the waste it produces. Now, much damage is done to the environment by the pollution of air, degradation of soil, and contamination of water sources such as rivers, lakes, etc. Now, accumulation of waste and its disposal causes number of problems which affect human beings and the environment globally. So overall, worldwide, this problem is there. One of the major problems because of waste accumulation is of global warming, which we have been studying in the earlier studies also. When organic waste decomposes, carbon dioxide and methane gas is produced. And you know, carbon dioxide and methane both are greenhouse gases which contribute to global warming because they can trap heat. So they are greenhouse gases. The rate of absorption of solar radiation by Earth and its emission back into space as infrared waves balances the heat on the earth. Now this phenomenon plays a very important role in maintaining surface temperature of the earth. So when the sun's rays hit the earth and it is emitted back into the space, this is very important to create a balance of heat on the earth. So if this balance does not work properly, what will happen? The earth will get overheated. Now the carbon dioxide and other gases form a blanket around the globe which prevents the passage of infrared waves. So now because of these gases there is a blanket which is formed. एक कवर जैसा बन जाता है जिसकी वजह से these rays cannot emit back into space. Now concentration of solar radiation produces much heat. So if the solar radiation is not going back into space, it produces more heat, making the earth a very warm place. This phenomena is similar to that of the greenhouse, in which the glass enclosed area gets heated up due to the insulation from the rest of the environment. You must have seen a greenhouse glass in which there is heat due to insulation. I will share a pic of that. Now the warming up of the atmosphere is due to the greenhouse effect. Hence global warming is also known as greenhouse effect. Now here in the textbook diagram has been shown on the effect of greenhouse. Here you can see the sun's rays falling and the sun rays which are being emitted out into the space. And when there is the blanket of carbon dioxide and the greenhouse gases, the gases won't escape, it will be here in this atmosphere only. Our future is in danger if we do not arrest global warming by controlling emissions into the atmosphere. The following are the effects of global warming. Global temperature is likely to rise by 2 degrees to 5 degrees Celsius during the next century. If global warming is not monitored and something is not done to stop it or reduce it, then what will happen? In the next century, the global temperature will rise by 2 to 5%. Then due to the rise in temperature by this much, the chance of melting of ice caps on earth poles, then this melting of ice will result in the rise of sea level. पानी का लेवल ऊपर आ जाएगा, यानी कि जो लैंड है वो पानी के अंदर चली जाएगी. Okay, so this will, what will happen? The land will get submerged into the water. And many island countries will also face deep encroachment by seawater. Some may even disappear altogether. Now, due to an increase in the temperature, there will be serious climatic changes. Right? If the temperature increases, there will be serious climatic changes. This will bring various changes in wind and rain patterns also. Then another effect will be due to higher temperature will cause rise in transpiration, which in turn will affect the groundwater table. Then insects and pests will increase in summer in the warmer climatic conditions. Thus pathogenic diseases will multiply. Now pests and insects need a warmer climate. If there is increase in global warming, the temperature or the climate will be warm. Thus it will give a way for the insects and pests to generate more, and thus they will increase. There is a risk of increasing pathogenic diseases.